All right, it's August 29th, Saturday. Do something different today. This is going to be a video on stochastics, momentum indicator, oscillator. I like using this even short term and for swing trading. It gives a good reading where the stock's at. Stochastic oscillator is a momentum indicator comparing a particular closing price of a security to a range of its prices over a certain period of time. The sensitivity of the oscillators to the market movements is reducible by adjusting that time period or by taking a moving average of the result. How to use stochastics. The price is above the 200 moving average, then look for long setups. When the stochastic is oversold, the price is below the 200 moving average. Then look for short setups when the stochastics is overbought. So, that's one way you can look at it. What does stochastic mean? Refers to a randomly determined process. Stochastic is used in many different fields, particularly where stochastic or random process are used, or random systems, or phenomena at systems to change in a random way, blah, blah, blah. Stochastics is an indicator. It's a popular momentum indicator, compares the price range, given period of time. And it just basically gives it. Let's look at some images now. Let's go to this one right here. It's Fidelity. All right, so this is a stock right here. This looks like the daily chart. And so you get down to March. Yeah, this made a run from 1150 all the way to 9. Not a huge move, but it went down. It wasn't overbought, but it came to very oversold level. Now, oversold levels is anywhere from 20 is oversold. I mean, you get over 30, you're getting oversold. 20, very oversold. And anything under 20 is extreme oversold. So right here, and then you can see right here, it probably formed, this not candles, this is other type of chart. Then we went up. And see here, this broke way up. Now, it's not always going to do that. Made a move down here, so it moved up. It's like a jaggedy move, then came back down again, then moved up. So you're going to have all kinds of different moves with this, all kinds of signals. Here's another move right here. And became overbought again, and we bounced up. So generally, the area of 80 indicates overbought region, while below 20 is considered oversold. Say sell signal is never given when the oscillator is above 80, and it crosses back below 80. Conversely, a buy signal is given when the oscillator is below 20, and then cross back above 20. 80 and 20 are the most common levels used, but can be adjusted as needed. Is divergence. See divergences right here. When this made the move, it was like 2150, then came all the way down. And you see here went to like 17, 1650. Now, this was going down the price, but the divergence, look at here. See this? It was very oversold. Made a move up. And then again, look at here. 1, 2. And then it moved back up right here. So the divergence was getting higher. Bullish divergence. So if the stock's going down, but stochastics is going up, that's a good time. So this one out, look, it took off. So that's one way we can look at divergences. Indicates lesser downward momentum that could foreshadow a bullish reversal. Bearish divergence forms when it makes a higher high, but stochastics forms a lower high. It shows less upward momentum, could foreshadow a bearish reversal. So that's on that chart. There's a pretty good view and stuff. See what else we have here. Let's see this one. See this. This is commodity.com. Here's one right here. So you see this move way oversold here. Buy when it's below oversold, and look right here. Sell when it reaches its peak. came back down, buy, sell, buy, sell. So each time I got below this line, each time is going to be different on the moves here. It might, see on the move here, this might move here to even here, and that might be the move of stochastics. But this move here to here, they're all different moves. The length of the move is different, so that's a good indicator. Right here, and this one all the way up to here. So this was a nice run here. It is a classic, pretty much straight up run. Then it's formed a little wave here, down, down, and eventually oversold. And it's rocketed up. And this stayed above here. They didn't go down far. So this stayed above overbought. Overbought can stay overbought. Called overbought buried for a while. So this one up here, and up here, then it's eventually dropped. And this dropped really good, so that's a good sign right there. And then it took off again. So you're going to have sometimes fake signals. Nothing's going to be perfect. So, but that's a good read on that. Here's another one, divergence. Divergence, you can draw trend lines on your stochastic. See this? Look at this wave going up, up, getting tight. See this wide, shrinking, shrinking, they get real tight, and it's going to drop. It almost looks like the SPY, and eventually it's going to drop. I don't know how far, but that's an interesting look. You got right here all the way up, bounced to a new high, then came down, then draw a line. Some of these can get tough. Let's see this. This is a move down, but the divergence was higher. Low to low setup, high to high, low to low. All right, that's on that. What else do we got here? Looking at different charts here. Continuation uptrend. Here's stochastic. So you see this one up? And see this right here? It's going down, down on the price. So they were both in the same range. They're both going down, then it's bounced. Bounced huge upwards. And here's one here too. Like, oh, I bought here. And then just made a little move. See this? And then came back. So that's a double bottom. So even if you bought here, okay, not a great gain. You probably stopped out. Maybe a little bit of gain. Then it came back again. And right here, look at this divergence. Here, here, then it took off. You're overbought now, and that's when you get out. See on this one, stochastics line's over 80, overbought 20, is oversold. But I even like 90-10, that's extreme levels. And right here, and then it took off down. So stochastics can remain above 80 or below 20 for long periods of time. So just because the indicator is overbought doesn't mean you should blindly sell. Same things for oversold. Let's see anything else here. Using slow stochastics. Here's another one right here. This chart. See this huge drop. Then we bounce. See this? When it bounced, there's a small bounce. Stochastics didn't move that much, and it came back lower. And sometimes you get all these crazy signals, and then eventually it took off right here, and then that was a sell. It came back here, then went up. Came back here, like it's almost like a triple bottom, then came back up again and faded. Yeah, here, here, and then here. So, each time a signal is going to be, different. You have to read what it's going to do. Like a move, here to here, it didn't move much. Then it went below, so you got to stop out. And then it went up here, and then it really took off. Let's see here. See a big move here. This is a big drop. And then it took off way up here, and then it came all the way back again. So you can see here, overbought, oversold. All right, that's on that. What else we got here? Really good charts to look at. We look down here. Here's another one. See this? Rising up. Came back all the way down. They tried to go up, then back down on that one. Here you go, right here. See this one up. Yeah, touched a few times, being overbought, and came way back down here. Then we rose up, and then it's really faded down. So you see, right here was a false signal. Trend was really far down. I had to break, but it didn't break. So I watch for false signals. Nothing works 100% of the time. This is SPX back in 2013. So here you go, move up. Then it really crashed. This was it looks like daily. And it came back right here, but this didn't go below. Sometimes it won't go below exactly 20. Nothing's going to be exact. And then this rode all the way up. And it went sideways, and crashed down, came back up. And then this formed, see this? Went up here, then the high. The low kept getting lower. And the high was slow divergence there that really crashed right here. Then we took off again. So now each pattern is different on that. Let's see, any other good patterns here to read. All right, here's one right down here in May, whatever stock this was, in whatever year, but came back down. Really get oversold. See this? And took off. And it came back up, and divergence got higher, then went higher. So watch your divergences and where it's at. Look at the chart completely with your candles and your stochastic reading on that. Stochastics with candlesticks, winning trade. Recent oversold price was much higher than preceding one, implying bullish trend. See this? Move down. See, on this is really fast move. This moved up really and got overbought. See, on this, it came back, but it didn't come back fully. So on these two, once it makes a move, draw like a trend line like that. This is, an arrow, but the trend line here, you can hold unless it breaks that trend line. So you can get going higher and higher. You have to get out each time. So this was a nice hold all the way to here, and then eventually dropped. And we went up and then back down, and see this morning star to cross, reversal cross at the bottom of the pattern. So it's bullish, and then went straight up. And then, that's the move there. So this is a good reading on that. So look at here. Another drop to here. This one didn't go all the way, so it's a little bit tougher to read. Didn't go all the way down the pattern. Usually 2, 80, 20, and 50 is right in the middle. So once you have 50, it's right on the middle to go either way on that, the reading. All right, so that's on that. Let's take a look at, let's see, my TC2000. Just trying to download it here. See if we can get some looks at stuff. Connecting. It's slow to connect. Yeah, let's take a look at some readings, some of the swing ideas I had. Let's see what they're doing. Come on. It's working. Try this again. Collecting data, collecting data. Why is it working? La di da 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 da. Come on. Everything else is running, and this I loaded back up. It's not working. What's the reason here? Crazy. So anyway, yeah, well that's loading. Let's take a look at some swings. NKTR. See this big move, the 25 all the way down. It's holding this 19 level. Now 19 has to hold. No move up yet. JMIA. See this? This is money flow all the way down to 25. Touched here, touched here. So it's not really breaking up yet. MBR doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's trying to go up. WDC made a great move. This was a wedge right here, came up. There's your candle. So you know, candle here, then it sort of went sideways, and this candle was a good sign, and then it just rocketed up. So that was one to keep an eye on Friday, and it really was a big gainer. It's like over a $2 move. BHC isn't doing anything. It's you know, back and forth, not breaking out, not doing much. FE sort of going sideways after this move down, sort of holding. Space is caught between here. You can see the moving averages like tight. Something's going to happen, break up or break down. DVAX still going down. NK, maybe a move here. See this across? It's really a little bit of hanging across. If this moves up, it's going to explode up. JMPR. Hugging the moving averages, trying to break up. This is good potential, but it'll break back up. BMRN, this was oversold, but drug failed. Look at this, sideways. I like this to the bottom of the gap, though. It should eventually get to maybe 85. Good potential. Codex, this was at 30. Look at this. All the way down to the trend line here. Not the trend line, moving average. I think that's the 200-day. Have a gap here, little gap again. You know, eventually these are going to make a move. They're going to come out with news or something, either pump the stock, something. And this will probably go up $3-4. It wouldn't surprise me. All right, we have here. All right, here's the SPY. So you can see on this, even stochastics in this with a big March drop. And then you get a few bounces here, but this is really oversold. This was under 20. This was at 10, 8. Then we exploded up here. April, you know, got very overbought. And then we formed the divergence here. See this? Here, here. So it was going up, but it's getting a little bit tired. Then we dropped right here, right below 50. Then it's exploded up right here. See, when you're here, this was at like 97. You can't get much higher than that. Then we had a quick drop. And then came back up again. Couldn't fill that gap. Then came back here. And it was a reverse U. Instead of this way, it was this way. So it was a double bottom. And right here, so this had to break this. See this line? Went up, and then exploded up here. And after this move, so we've had really, you know, that move here, little move here, 2, 3, another one, 4. Well, after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 moves, but half of them were small moves down, and then we took off from July. Look at this. We're riding at 1320 EMA. We're getting a little bit far above. Now this could drop easily to like 340. And look at stochastics. We're completely overbought here. Now volume's been decreasing. Volume's really getting low. So I think the bulls are getting complacent. You know, there has to be some bad news. There has to be something in the market that's bad. Bring this down a little bit. Now on with all my moving averages, you know, there is the 5-day, 9, 13, 20, there's the 50. You just had the 100 crossover to 200, there's your 150. So everything's lining up. Yeah, this is so far away from your 200 now. It's like 45 points. If this could drop, you know, right here, 320, this could drop all the way to 325 if there was really bad news. So we'll see on this how this plays out. You know, this is definitely a wedge up, but it broke up. It did that before, I think here. If you line that up, then it crashed. So we'll see. It's extremely overbought. The weekly, see the weekly here is 99. Anytime we've been that high, you're going to stay that high for a certain amount of time. Then don't look back and you drop. Maybe not a lot. You know, it depends. We'll see here. That's why this could drop anywhere 310, even 300 maybe. See if you can hear me here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? My recording was all messed up. Anyway, here's another one, ODT. So this probably had a drug fail. I didn't look, but look at this drop. This was as high as like 45, went to 15. And look at this move down right here. Very oversold. Bounced right here. Good volume. Yeah, this could go maybe to 25. When you have that much downside here, I mean, you're not going to push it much lower. Where are you going to push it to? You know what I mean? That's already a huge drop. So that's one of stochastics, very oversold. So like, where's JMIA? I can show you better in these readings. See this? This is at a 397. Go back to January. Anytime you're that low, you know, bounced. Now right here, this is a false signal. Well, this did this, very small bounce. See this? And then dropped. So sometimes it might not go to full length of the 89 against stochastics. So we moved up here. This was the big move. You know, move here. That's not a bad move either. 4 to like 7. Then we moved all the way up here. So yeah, I think this will bounce. If you draw a line here, see there's a line, then it bounced out. Now it's another line here. You draw this, you know, it's a wedge. So any type of news, this will go up probably like 10, 12, and you know the 16 open gap. We'll see on this. Now on the weekly's still going down though, but it's touching the moving average here. If this don't hold, you have your what's this, 879. Yeah, this could bounce like that. On the other charts, which is all the moving averages, see this. Then your next thing below is your 50-day. It's 654. I don't know if we drop that far. I mean, no one knows. It's all about the signals. So on the daily, it's not showing much. It's just going here, bounce here. So we'll see. So CSIQ, see this one? Canadian Solar. Right here is another oversold. Then look at this one all the way up. That's a nice range here. Then went here, 22, went all the way up to 92 in stochastics. I mean, not 92, right here. to August. Look at that. They're the plays you want. It's not that easy to catch them like that, though. See, this was hard. Once you see this, then these candles, but the only thing on these is go by your 1320 EMA because they were support right here. See this? Came back. Even if you got in a little later, even if you got in like 24, it's still, you know, this thing is going up and it went all the way to 32. So, you know, that was a great long. So you have to look at divergences. You know, where are you at in the chart? Is it oversold? Like NK, look at NK. This one is high as 15. Look at this run from April to July, then crashing down, still going down. Moving averages are completely reversed. 20 is over 13 EMA. Look at this, you're flatlined on stochastic. So eventually this will bounce. But how far is this going? 6. Now you have big support right here. This is at like 739, so it went below that. So where are we going now? I mean, that candle there, 683. Now you have 6 right here. You know, going by $half, whole numbers, all that. So now you have to wait for the signal in this. The 4 hour, nothing here. See this? Bounce each time it's getting crushed. Look at this. But this will eventually go up and it'll make a huge gain. So that's it. Just a quick video on stochastics, how to read it. Your 20 to 80 reading, 10 to 90 extreme oversold. You can play them levels and, you know, the daily time frame. They're great for swings. You just got to look at each chart separately, you know, where you're at in the chart and what it's doing. See on this, it's like when this is down, you can hear like, oh, I'm going to buy it. It's still in a downtrend. And then it's like, oh, it bounced here. It has to give that signal, though, it's breaking. See, if you draw a trend line, it didn't break the trend line or these moving averages. Just these a few things to look at, and then, you know, you're just not going to jump in randomly like that. All right, that's it. Please subscribe and like the channel, and we will be back for more. Peace.